What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the MMA Mechanic, and we are here to discuss your cousin, Reinier de Ridder. Yes, I want to know what they're not telling us about him because something's off here, right? He's looking phenomenal, against all-world talent in Robert Whittaker, a legend in Robert Whittaker, one of the greatest middleweights of all time in Robert Whittaker, and we have Reinier RDR coming over and winning. He's 4-0 within like a year. And he's just on a run right now. And I want to kind of discuss this a little bit further because all we're hearing is how goofy his striking is and how he doesn't know how to strike, and it's going to be a masterclass if he tries to strike with Whittaker and all of this, and how Bo Nickal was supposed to knock him out and all these things that we were hearing, and none of it happens. Now, to be fair, Whittaker almost had him out of there. That was a beautiful, beautiful shot. He used to drop him, but RDR was able to get it done, man, and he actually looked impressive on the feet. He was landing these incredible knees, and he was able to close the distance and have implement his game plan, enforce his will, right? And so we're gonna talk a little bit about that here in a minute. So the first thing I want to say though is the man is 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. He's from Netherlands, by the way, who houses the tallest population in the world, if you didn't know. Random fact. But why is this important? This is important for a very specific reason. I'm going to discuss it at the end of the video, but I want you to kind of start thinking now about why this would be important based on everything I've said so far. Why would his size, his attributes, right? Why would that be important? Moving forward, especially moving forward, looking into the future and what's to come for him. But before we do that, we're going to discuss some of the things that he did against Robert Whittaker. And so, specifically in rounds 2 and 3, right? He would throw these sharp jabs, these linear type jabs, and then he would like pause momentarily. Go back and watch rounds 2 and 3 specifically. When he would throw, he would have this like momentary pause, right? And so the thing about it is, like, we're going to go back to his attributes. He has a 78-inch reach. The average reach for a middleweight is, I think, like 74 inches, right? So he has a reach advantage. He had a reach advantage against a Whittaker. So when he would throw that jab, right, he would throw it at a distance where he's in range, right? He's still in range of Robert Whittaker, but Robert Whittaker thinks he's at a safe distance. Again, because he has that reach. He utilizes the reach to his full advantage. So now it looks like when he snaps that jab and he has that momentary pause, Robert Whittaker's like, oh yeah, I'm good to reset. Nope. It creates a false sense of safety for the opponent. So now just imagine in your mind, right? You ever been startled? Like, you think you're good, you're just walking through your house and there's no, like, you think you're home alone and, like, you're just going about your business in your house. You're walking around your house with your clothes, and then you hear something. That feeling that you get right there, that's exactly what his opponents feel when with that slight pause. They're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna reset. But they don't realize that he's right within range. So then he uses that split second that you think you're good to fire a delayed straight and steps right into the pocket unexpectedly, because you're not thinking. You're like, oh, okay, well, I'm good. I'm just walking around my house. I'm good. But no, he's like, I'm setting you up. I'm setting you up. I'm gonna make you think you're good, and then I'm gonna step in range, and I'm gonna slam a knee right into your stomach over and over and over and over and over. I don't know how many knees he landed to Robert Whittaker yesterday, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And so you can see, if you go back rounds 2 and 3, like specifically those rounds, it happened a lot. Watch Robert Whittaker after that jab was thrown. there'd be like a flinch and like a little reset, like almost, right? And that right there allows the Ridder to use a step in knee, right? Utilize that, get inside that clinch range where he lives to throw those knees to the body, those punches to the body that he was landing. I mean, he landed a lot of shots to the body, man. And I think that's kind of what slowed Whittaker down. And we'll talk about even in the Bo Nickal fight. And then he mixes in the pressure too. So like in that offbeat moment, that one split second, like I said, he'll close the distance and now he'll start pressuring you. It's purposeful and it's masterful. It's beautiful work. It's really good work. It's really good work. So he uses that to close the distance. Where like if you think of like offbeat strikers, like Wonderboy, or like a Lyotto Machida, for you unks, right? Lyotto Machida, they would stay on the outside with that offbeat striking. They would utilize it to stay on the outside. People couldn't get a read on it, and they would stay on the outside, and they would time their next entry or whatever. De Ridder's not doing that, man. He's like, look, no, I'm gonna use that offbeat, that split second. I'm gonna close the gap, crash forward. So it looks goofy, right? So we all hear, oh, this goofy striking, he can't strike. No, he knows what he's doing. It's purposeful, and I think it is absolutely genius. Again, he's combining his physical attributes. The man is 6'4", right? 78-inch reach. He's towering over Whittaker. If you look at the fight, you see like this guy's is a monster in comparison. It looks like he's a weight class above Whittaker, and he walks around very, very heavy. But you can see him just impose his size and just impose his will on this fight. Like this, you saw the tide turning in the second round. So he starts landing that jab and busting up Whittaker's mouth. You see Whittaker bleeding from the mouth. And it was just, you saw the tide turning. You saw the shift in momentum. Because once he figured out, okay, the timing and he started timing that because Whittaker has a offbeat style as well, right? So he would utilize a little blitz in. Once he started getting that down and he was able to land that jab and get that momentary pause, and then he would boom use that to start putting the pressure. If you remember, look in the second round, he started pressuring Whittaker. Whittaker had success early in the round. He looked good. But then Ridder just starts taking over. He starts closing that distance. Once he's thrown that jab, right? The long reach, he's able to time that jab. Even it gives him more of an opportunity to time that jab and keeps him safer. Once that lands, momentary pause, and then he would use a step and knee to close the distance, or a rear straight to close the distance. That's absolute genius. And if you think that it's not purposeful, then go watch the Bo Nickal fight, and you say, oh, he did it again. So yeah, it's again, like I said, rewatch that second and third round, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And you're gonna start to say, okay, well, if he is doing this purposefully, why is everyone saying that he doesn't know how to strike, he's this goofball, he's this, when in actuality, it's his style that he's mastered in a way. I mean, the guy's only lost 2 fights. Previous double champion and 1 championship. Right? I mean, he's beaten, 4 UFC fighters now? And Whittaker being the highest level competition. And honestly, there were times where he made it look like he was dominant. He looked like he was about to finish. He was getting ready to finish Whittaker until Whittaker dropped him in the third. Whittaker needed that because the momentum was in full swing. Yeah, this guy's going to be a problem, right? And so when we look at the Bo Nickal fight, right? He lands that jab, has that pause, and then he commits to a delayed rear knee. I mean, how many knees did he hit Bo Nickal? Bo Nickal looked like he was about to cry. Literally, he looked like he was about to cry. And again, it's the same thing. His long limbs. It allows him to strike at a distance that's safe for him, but not safe for Bo Nickal or his opponents. So they think they can reset. They think they can, and just mid reset. I mean, just think about how beautiful that, how amazing that is, how high level that is. Just mid reset, he knows that he can close that distance. That pressure is when he. So the pressure even is purposeful, right? That delayed reaction that steps in, and then he uses that to keep the pressure going. Lands a massive liver shot to Bo Nickal, and Bo Nickal folds and crumples, and I think he cried. If you go back and look at that fight, he cried in that fight because the knees were hurting him so bad. And so I want to go back. Okay. Remember what I asked at the beginning. Why are his attributes so important? Now they're important for the things that I just told you, but also this is a very, very cool picture of Dricus du Plessis, right? Very cool picture. But I want you to keep in mind, Dricus is 6'1", and he has a 76-inch reach. Remember what I just told you about Reinier de Ridder and his attributes. Now, I do think Dricus would beat Reinier. I do think that, and I'm not even saying that fight would happen because, Reinier, I think, still has some work to do. But it's interesting to think about because it's not goofy. Neither one of these gentlemen are Dricus, DDP, and Reinier are goofy. It's all purposeful. They know how to utilize their physical attributes, and it may look goofy and offbeat to us, but that's their style, and it works. I mean, it's worked tremendously. They're both gotten to the top of the hill in promotions, become champions, won a double champ. Are we in a crash course to see these two fight? Only time will tell. Listen, this is your boy, the MMA Mechanic. Thank you for your time. Guys, please subscribe, like, share, hit the bell icon, and I will see you next time.